this is Ed Wagner from Barnello Vineyard and Winery in Tualatin, Oregon, which is part of the Willamette Valley AVA. And this is a continuing series of videos we're calling Vine to Wine. And today we're going to discuss Veraison. Now don't get shocked, this doesn't mean grapes are going to become raisins. What this means in the French terminology of Veraison is the color change in our grapes. Now that works pretty well for red grapes like our Pinot Noir, but it doesn't work particularly well for our Chardonnay. And we happen to be between a row of Chardonnay and a row of Pinot Noir. And I want to show you that we're in the third week of August in the year 2020. And we are right in the middle of Veraison, which is a very exciting time for the vineyard, because it proves that your grapes are going to get to a point where you can make wine out of them. And right now, most of these grapes are measuring around 13 to 15 bricks. And what the bricks is a percentage of sugar content in the grapes. What I have here in my hand is a refractometer, and this is what we use during the growing season to determine what our levels of sugar contents are. So I'm going to go ahead on this cluster right here that looks like it's gone almost 100% through Veraison. I'm going to give it a little shot here of juice. I like to taste it at the same time, and I always like to guess what it is. I'm going to say this is about a 13 or 14. Now, I can't show you the graduated scale on the refractometer, but imagine a vertical scale from 0 to 30, and there will be a definitive line in the sight glass, and it'll tell me exactly what the sugar content is. So I look up to the sky, and without having done this ahead of time, it measures right at 14. And the grapes are already starting to taste a little sweet. It's easy to tell the difference between Veraison and a red grape, because you can see down here we have a bunch that's hardly turned yet, and here almost 100%. Now if we go over here to the Chardonnay grapes, they're much more difficult to tell because they're green and they don't necessarily change any color. What they do is they go from an opaque hard berry to a softer translucent berry. And it takes a bit of a skill to see the difference in it, but I'm going to pick a berry here that, and the other thing is it's a softer touch. So I'm going to go ahead and pick one of these berries here. It's a lot harder than the Pinot Noir is. We're going to give this a measurement, and to me this feels like a 8 or a 9. Let's see. And yep, it's a 9. So they've got a ways to go. We're going to continue on with our series a little bit later in the season. We typically harvest the end of September to early October. Our objective is to reach 22 or 23 bricks on both our Pinot Noir and our Chardonnay. And if you multiply that number by 0.55, that'll give you a pretty good idea what your alcohol content's going to be when you make the wine. So stay tuned. In a couple of weeks we're going to shoot another video for you, and thanks for tuning in. If you get a chance, go to the barnellowine.com website, check out our wines that are for sale, and we'll see you again next time.